Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Brittany with Horoscope.com. Here is one thing you need to know in order to make today, Saturday, March 16th, 2019, a success. And the reason why I'm only going to do one thing today is because the moon is doing a lot. It's doing a lot of things. It's very unusual and it's touching almost every significant aspect, alignment, planet thing going on right now. So I think it's going to take me a while to get through all of that. I think it's going to cover everything pretty thoroughly and be a pretty big day because of that. Now, to show you where all this is, step by step, I'm going to point out the moon. Number one, the moon is here in Cancer. When the moon's in Cancer, it brings our attention today to our emotions, to getting right with ourselves emotionally, to how we conceptualize and see ourselves internally. That's also going to be a big focus today. Also, what'll be a big focus is where we get our sense of power and our stability and our security from, as well as other interpretations of Cancer dealing with home and family matters. Now, what we've got going on very, very early this morning, perhaps while some of us are sleeping, many of us are sleeping, is going to be this moon in Cancer making an opposition over here to Saturn in Capricorn. This can definitely be a little bit hard because the moon doesn't really like Saturn, and because Saturn a lot of times can bring challenges and restrictions of some sort. So we could be trying here to feel comfortable with ourselves, with who we are, with who we're becoming, to get right with ourselves emotionally. And as we're trying to get right with ourselves emotionally, there could, again, with this opposition to Saturn, be big things going on in our life, publicly, professionally, at work, in other ways, other responsibilities that are making it hard for us to spend the time that we need to ourselves to get right with everything that's been going on. Okay, so we could be feeling a little bit frustrated at that time. A few hours after that now, and as we move throughout the morning, maybe as some of us are getting up, if you're a really early riser, this moon in Cancer is then going to make a sextile over here to Mars and Taurus. So this is a positive thing. Even though we're feeling restricted, even though there's a lot of bigger things going on in our life that may be taking our attention away from doing the emotional work that maybe we feel we need to do at this time, I think there's going to be support for us with this sextile to Mars and Taurus. I think this is going to give us an opportunity as a result of this frustration and tension going on between our internal needs and our external needs. I think there's going to be an opportunity for us to figure out, okay, there's a lot of things I want, there's a lot of things that I feel, but what do I need? And not only what do I need, but what will actually work in reality to get these things done. And so I feel what we start to get as we start to move through, to wake up really, is we start to get more of a sense of what our true needs are, what's really important at this time, what we value, what needs to happen, and how we need to do it, even if we do it small, bit by bit, in a practical way that helps us to navigate this time. Okay, so that's what I see going on here. The next alignment that will occur is then going to be a few hours later around breakfast as we're getting up and getting going. This moon in Cancer is then going to make an opposition here to Pluto in Capricorn. This again can bring some scary feelings, some intense feelings. I'm not going to lie, this could be a very interesting, emotional kind of day. I think it's going to be a very big turning point in the year, in our lives, and a lot of what's been going on. Okay, I think what we could realize as we start to get up and to move around is that in order for us to resolve this tension between what we want inside and what our life actually looks like outside, not only do we maybe have to do things differently. I think that's the point here. We have to change the way we do things. We have to change our life. We have to change the structures in our life. We have to change a lot about what's happening. And I think that's where the fear and insecurity is coming from today. And I think this is a very interesting alignment because we're fearful about what's to come. We're fearful about some big adjustments in life that we're making, but we need to make these adjustments in order to live a life externally that matches with us internally and to bring everything together. And at the same time that we're fearful and scared of what's coming, we're also kind of ready for it with this Mars and Taurus. We're also committed to making it happen, even if it's got to happen small and bit by bit, and are starting to figure out and get the wheels turning on what needs to be done and how to do it. Okay, Around the same time that that happens, still at breakfast time, this moon in Cancer is then going to make a trine over here to Mercury in Pisces, which could then bring up lots of conversations, either with other people or with ourselves, about how we're doing things, about the change, this big change that we're making in our life in order to align our inner worlds with our outer worlds, and how to move forward on that, overcoming the past in a way that works and that we can feel good about. After that happens, now around lunchtime, this moon then is going to conjunct the North Node. And I do typically love it when the moon conjuncts the North Node. So any frustrations that you may have felt, or tension you may have felt to realign your life in a way that feels better for you and to work towards it, I think is going to start to get resolved in a very pretty way. Where even if everything isn't the way that we want it to be, we're going to start to feel at least like we're making progress and a little bit more optimistic about it. Then after that happens, still around the afternoon, the moon then is going to make the trine to the sun, here helping us to move forward, feeling better emotionally in a much easier way than we were previously. After that, now as we move towards bedtime, this moon then is going to leave Cancer and it's going to enter Leo. And when the moon enters Leo, it brings our attention to something different. It's not so much emotional as it was the past few days. It then becomes now to, okay, now that I've worked out a lot of emotional stuff, tried to realign my life in a big way, how can I be happy with this change? How can I be a leader, lead my life in the right direction, come out of the shadows and into the light, and start to move forward feeling better, more passionate, and more excited about what is to come. The same time that this moon moves into Leo, around bedtime, it is then going to make a square to Uranus, which could bring some unexpected things up. Either you could do something unexpected or something unexpected could happen to you. And I think a lot of that is because we are trying to break free from the shadows, break free from a lot of emotional stuff, especially with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. That's been hard and that's been bad for us, or that we have not liked. And I think what could come here is that after we figure out emotionally what we need and understand our emotions better as we move towards bedtime, we could want to step into more of our freedom, into more situations that we need to feel better and to let go of old ones. Right around that same time that that happens, this moon then is going to make a trine with Chiron. So it could feel uncomfortable for us to stand up in our own right and assert ourselves based on a new understanding of our identity, doing things differently in some way with some unexpected things that either you did or other people did based on an emotional prompting here. But I think it's going to be necessary for you to not be afraid, to keep moving forward, to believe in yourself, and to find your passion and to connect with your heart. Because I think the more that you can connect with your heart, follow your heart, and listen to your emotions to create the situations that you know you need and will be better for you, is ultimately going to help you get over some things from the past that have been hard and move on. Okay, so that was a lot of things going on today with the moon. It's a big day, triggering some big alignments. Your life is not going in the same direction it has been going in. The direction your life has been going in for years, months, has not been right, perhaps hasn't been working for you. Now it is the time to change that, to break free and to move on. And this is the moment when it registers in our souls that, hey, my life cannot continue. I need to be okay with this. I need to be a solid, secure person. I need to believe in myself, and I need to think of and conceptualize myself differently so that I am not a stranger in my life, but so that I am a leader in my life. I am the boss of my own life and can move forward feeling better. And this is the turning point where your life doesn't ride you, but you start to take control of the situations in your life and move past them and direct them in positive ways. And I think really needing to allow yourself to work out the emotional stuff and to get right with your emotions, so that you can move forward here, living your best life and aligning your life in a way that's much more helpful and more authentic to you. Okay, so that is your daily planetary forecast for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow.